Imagine a hurricane 1,000 miles wide. It's a terrifying calm in the center of a swirling vortex. Picture wildfires raging across entire landscapes, consuming everything in their path. Or floods, relentless and silent, turning familiar streets into rushing rivers. For generations, humanity has felt powerless against the raw, unpredictable fury of nature. We've built our defenses, our levees, and our shelters, but we've always been reacting, always one step behind. But what if that could change? What if we could stop reacting and start predicting? What if we could harness one of the most powerful technologies of our time, artificial intelligence, to see the future of these disasters before they even begin? This isn't science fiction. This is the new reality of disaster preparedness, and it's powered by AI. At its core, the concept is about finding patterns in chaos. Think about the sheer volume of data our world generates every single second. We have decades, even centuries, of historical weather records. Satellites are constantly circling the globe, capturing incredibly detailed images of our planet's surface, oceans, and atmosphere. We have seismic sensors listening for the faintest tremors deep within the Earth, and river gauges measuring water levels with minute-by-minute precision. And then there's the unconventional data, like social media. A sudden spike in posts about heavy rain or rising water in a specific village can be a crucial, real-time indicator that something is wrong. Individually, each piece of data is just a number, a pixel, a single post. For a human analyst, sifting through this astronomical amount of information to find a meaningful signal would be like trying to find a single grain of sand on every beach in the world. It's practically impossible. But for an AI, this is exactly what it was designed to do. Scientists and engineers are building sophisticated machine learning models and feeding them these massive datasets. The AI learns to connect the dots in ways we never could. It can see how a subtle shift in ocean temperature in the Pacific might correlate with future drought conditions in Africa. It can analyze satellite imagery to detect minute changes in ground elevation that signal an imminent landslide. It learns the unique signatures of different types of disasters, recognizing the almost invisible warning signs that precede the main event. It's like teaching a detective to solve a crime, but the crime hasn't happened yet, and the clues are scattered across the entire planet. The AI isn't just looking at one variable, it's looking at millions of them simultaneously, running complex simulations to determine the most likely outcomes. And this technology is already out there, saving lives right now. Take hurricanes, for example. Traditional models for predicting a hurricane's path and intensity are good, but they have their limitations. AI is taking this to the next level. By analyzing historical storm data and real-time atmospheric conditions, AI-powered systems are now predicting hurricane tracks with significantly greater accuracy and providing longer lead times. A few extra hours, or even a day, of warning can be the difference between a successful evacuation and a catastrophic loss of life. It gives authorities more time to preposition resources, issue evacuation orders, and secure critical infrastructure like power grids and hospitals. It's not just about the big storms, either. In mountainous regions from the Himalayas to the Andes, landslides are a constant and deadly threat. It's incredibly difficult to predict exactly where and when a slope will give way. But AI is changing the game. By analyzing factors like rainfall intensity, soil composition, slope angle, and even the loss of vegetation from deforestation or wildfires, AI models can now generate high-resolution risk maps. These maps highlight specific areas that are vulnerable to landslides, allowing local communities to build retaining walls, improve drainage, or in high-risk scenarios, relocate families to safer ground before disaster strikes. Perhaps one of the most widespread and impactful applications is in flood forecasting. In countries like India and Bangladesh, where vast populations live along major river systems like the Ganges and Brahmaputra, seasonal monsoons regularly bring devastating floods. For years, the warning systems were rudimentary. A message might be passed from one village to the next, often too late. Now, companies like Google have deployed AI-driven flood forecasting systems that have transformed this landscape. The AI analyzes data from hundreds of river gauges and combines it with topographical maps to create incredibly precise inundation models. It can predict not just that a river will flood, but exactly which areas will be underwater, how deep the water will get, and when it will arrive. This information is then pushed out directly to people's smartphones as real-time alerts. A farmer might get a notification telling them their field will be flooded in the next 6 hours, giving them precious time to move their livestock to higher ground. A family receives an alert showing a safe evacuation route away from the rising waters. This isn't a vague warning, it's specific, actionable intelligence delivered directly into the hands of those who need it most. Millions of these alerts are sent out every year, turning what was once a terrifying and unpredictable event into a manageable one. The impact of this technology is profoundly human. Every accurately predicted hurricane path means families have more time to board up their homes and get to safety. Every landslide warning means a village avoids being buried in the night. Every flood alert means a parent can lead their children to safety. This is about more than just data and algorithms. It's about preserving lives, protecting livelihoods, and building more resilient communities. When a disaster is predicted accurately, the entire response effort becomes more effective. Emergency services know where to deploy their resources. Aid organizations can preposition food, water, and medical supplies. Engineers can assess which bridges and roads are most at risk and plan for post-disaster recovery. AI allows us to move from a reactive, chaotic response to a proactive, coordinated strategy. It reduces the economic toll, shortens recovery times, and most importantly, it saves people. Now, we have to be realistic. AI is not a crystal ball. It's not a perfect oracle that can predict the future with 100% certainty. The models are only as good as the data they're trained on, and nature will always have the capacity to surprise us. There will still be false alarms, and there will still be events that we don't see coming. But perfection isn't the goal. The goal is improvement. And every single percentage point of increased accuracy, every extra hour of warning, translates into more lives saved. The future of this technology is incredibly exciting. Imagine a world with a global, interconnected AI-powered disaster warning system. An earthquake off the coast of Japan could trigger an instantaneous tsunami warning for every coastal community in the Pacific. A wildfire starting in a remote forest could be detected by a drone, with an AI immediately calculating its probable spread and dispatching autonomous firefighting aircraft. As our data gets better, our sensors become more numerous, and our algorithms grow more sophisticated, the predictions will only become more precise. We are standing at the beginning of a new era, one where we are no longer just passive victims of our planet's power. We are becoming its active stewards, using our own ingenuity to protect ourselves from its greatest dangers. AI is becoming an indispensable tool in our fight for survival, helping us to build a safer, more secure future for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this topic as fascinating as we do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on how technology is changing our world. Let us know in the comments what other applications of AI you're excited about. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.